Hours after the initial tsunami warning, the first wave of tsunami has hit the northern coast of central Japan. Waves are at least over 1 meter in height. In fact, emergency operations are already in place. And earlier, this of course comes after a succession of 21 earthquakes all over 4.0 magnitude or stronger struck central Japan in a span of just 90 minutes. The earthquake has in fact led to power outage in over 30,000 households, and the extent of the damage is still known. The numbers are trickling in, the various tallies are trickling in, and we're still trying to understand how big a damage this has caused in the country of Japan. Of course, however, the two main electric power companies have said that no abnormalities have been reported as of now. This is, of course, in connection to the nuclear power plants, which have also faced some sort of a damage. How much is it? How much of a damage have the nuclear power plants faced? We don't really have the data on that as of now. The Nuclear Regulation Authority is also monitoring the situation. In fact, Japan's meteorological agency has also predicted that areas within 300 kilometers of the quake's epicenter were at a risk of tsunami waves as high as 5 meters. Meanwhile, Japan's Prime Minister has also set up countermeasures office and has instructed agencies to work together as a government to respond to disasters, putting human lives first. In fact, the priority is also to ensure that accurate information is given out to the public regarding the tsunamis and also the evacuations. Right, so these are the visuals there on your screens of the earthquake striking Japan. 21 earthquakes from what we understand at this point in time in a span of 90 minutes, all striking Japan one after the other. The highest of them was 7.5 magnitude. In fact, this is the one that has caused the most damage, following which there were also aftershocks. The first aftershock was 6.2 magnitude, which also struck at the depth of 10 kilometers at 4:18 p.m. This was just around 18 to 20 minutes after the main earthquake. In fact, Rishabh joins us on the phone line to get us more information on this. Rishabh, as the numbers trickle in, the latest that we have is that these were series of earthquakes, 21 earthquakes striking Japan in just 90 minutes. Give us a sense of the damage that it has caused and also how Japan is dealing with the situation at this point.
Well, definitely, 20 odd earthquakes within a span of 70 to 90 minutes, for 4:09 p.m. 4 p.m. was the first earthquake that was reported, and the biggest coming in at around 5.18, and that is something that was around 7.5 on Richter scale, and this has created a panic among the people there. Remember, no one has forgotten 2011 earthquake and tsunami that led to the Fukushima nuclear plant getting destroyed, and the burnt is still being burned by Japan till date. Apart from that, if we can talk about the situation right now, evacuation.
This is, of course, a devastating earthquake. Srinjoy was telling us that 21 successive earthquakes have struck Japan one after the other. Help us understand the key impact areas and also the high-risk zones, because a lot of information is trickling in right now. The image is becoming more and more clear as to what exactly happened. Help our viewers understand where the impact was, which are the high-risk areas, and also what's next for Japan at this point in time.
Right, Ashish. In fact, if we can just start and we can get the map here right behind us, I'll show you where the epicenter has been and what really the impact is. This is Noto in Ishikawa, and this is where the epicenter is in the Ishikawa prefecture, and all the metro lines transport still from Ishikawa or Noto to Tokyo have been stopped for now. In fact, Prime Minister Kishida has gone ahead and given an alert that there could be more earthquakes which may really strike that area. There may be more tsunami waves, so people have to be extremely careful, is what Prime Minister Kishida has actually gone on to say. And this entire belt, if you look, this particular area of South Japan is where you have a blue alert as well. But this entire coast, if you could see, the coastline is a yellow zone, which means that this is a tsunami advisory which has been given across this Japan coast. Since 2011, this is the biggest earthquake, the strongest earthquake to have hit Japan as such. And this is huge for Japan. But if you look at Noto, since 1985, according to officials, this is the strongest earthquake to have hit Noto as such in Ishikawa. There are also reports of 2 nuke plants that have been affected in this particular earthquake in this particular region, in the central region, but that there has been no irregularities in the operations whatsoever is what the regulatory authorities have gone on to say. Supply lines in several parts have been affected, particularly the power supply lines. Necessity services in some areas in Ishikawa have been critically affected. There have been building collapses which have been reported from Suzu right next to Noto. So the large aftermath consequences at this point seems to be centralized around Noto. If we can get you some visuals also, this is in Ishikawa that the initial impact of the tsunami wave can really be seen, the details of which are yet to emerge. But Prime Minister, and if you can also get those visuals right now onto a screen, you'll also get to understand what the impact really has been. And Prime Minister Kishida again reiterating that this is not just one-off incidents. There could be a series of earthquakes. What is very important, though it's the strongest earthquake to have hit Japan, particularly the strongest tsunami alert that has come out since 2011 in Ishikawa, Noto particularly, it is, for that matter, the strongest since 1985. So Japan is really getting up for some of the worst. Look at the impact when in this particular visual, which is coming, which was recorded by somebody who was traveling at a train in Ishikawa. You can literally see the entire the place timings and the nameplate that was there completely shaking viciously. This is one of the fires which seem to have broken out in Waziwa region in Japan soon after the quake that was reported. This is where you see the initial aftermath of the quake and the wave that seemed to have hit this coastal region of Ishikawa. This shows you the intensity and the extent of the shaking that was seen. Multiple earthquakes, around 20 to 30, that have been reported in different parts of Japan. The worst seems, at least in terms of warning, it seems that it's not over yet. Japan gearing for something that is being projected as a series that may really strike over the next few hours. But for now, central Japan is where the aftermath focus really seems to be.